Hey, Galax here. Today I want to rank the rookie premieres I think you should get this year going into next year with a focus on next year. But of course, we'll look at this year's stats too. I want to project forward what I think the stats will be next year. So I got some comparisons I want to make, but we'll get to that in a second. I want to talk about MUT Rewards that did come out this afternoon where they said, hey, guess what's coming? What level you are. And if you've been a part of this, YouTube channel, stream, Fox Family, Fox Den, Fox Sex Dungeon, you should have over 1,000 packs, legendary awards, just by doing the methods that we put out. You should still be throwing those, team builders are obviously still working, but you should have been doing the alt playbook, the color smash. I mean, you can only do it if you want to, obviously. You don't have to, but you should. Through all the methods we've thrown out there, free agency, all those rerolls, you should have over 1,000. I think I looked today at 26,000 or something like that. Packs open versus 9,000 last year. So a significant amount of re-rolling should have happened for you this year, just like it happened for me, like it happened for a lot of people. I think somebody said they over 50,000 or something. So you should be legendary. If you're not, well, I'm sorry. You won't get 9 rookie premier tokens. But 9 rookie premier tokens basically creates 9/10 of one rookie premier player. But we're also getting a Gridiron Club pack when the premiere goes live, containing 1 rookie premier player. So you will get a free rookie premiere just for having signed up for MUT Rewards, which, we tell you all the time. I told you last week, week before, I would just do your MUT Rewards. Unless you don't want to share your information, then go fuck EA, right? But 1 rookie premier token, so you get 1 free rookie premier just through MUT Rewards. I think you get 6/10 of one through the solos, and then we'll have to do sets and stuff. But we talked about that this morning, so check out that video for more information on the Rookie Premier promo. Today, we want to rank them. So let's take a look at my rankings. That might be a little bit of a teaser. My last rated player is exactly that one. Why would a running back, a skill position, which I usually love. I love skill position. And what they bring to the game, because they actually matter, right? Well, running backs, we get a new one every week, just like quarterbacks. They come out so frequently, and you only really are running one at a time. Sure, he could be a backup for you, run a couple times a game. That's fine. But if we want to go with a comp, right, a comparable player, we'll take a look at his stats. 94 speed, 96 acceleration, 97 agility, 89 trucking, 96 break tackle, 95 elusiveness. Now, all we have to do is look at last year's running back, right? Josh Jacobs. He had 93 break tackle, so a little worse. He had 93 speed versus Edwards-Helaire having 94. So he was 1 speed slower on his 99 last year for Josh Jacobs. He had high acceleration, agility. We can look back again. 96 acceleration, 97 agility. So 1 off of each of those, reverse them. But basically pretty similar. Trucking versus elusiveness, so not that really similar. But what did Josh Jacobs look like when he launched? 76 speed, basically unusable. 71 trucking, expect that to be in the elusiveness category next year. Horrible. And he didn't really get upgraded to relevancy. Now, to be fair, well, Edwards-Helaire is on the Chiefs, and that's a pile of stats waiting to happen. But Josh Jacobs had a phenomenal rookie season. If you talk trash about Josh Jacobs anywhere on the internet, Las Vegas Raiders fans will find you and fuck you up, okay? So Jacobs had a good year last year too. And his highest card, what did he get? What was the rookie premiere? What was his highest card? I'll have to go look at it. I was going to look at it like this, but yeah, Josh Jacobs right here. 93 overall. 93 overall! Trash! Okay? So fuck the running back. There are so many more running backs. Do you think this card, this Edwards-Helaire is going to compare to when Bo Jackson, Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, those cards come out? No, dude, this guy's going to be fucking on your bench. Useless. I don't think this is usable, not from day one, not going forward. So you're my last one. I hate you. Dad, you got to come back from the store. You've had too much cigarettes. All right, number 9. Move on. Derek Brown is my number 9. All right, he's the defensive tackle. Okay, Derek Brown, kind of cool. Let's take a look at his stats. He is right here. All right, 72 speed, 97 block shed, 95 power move. So if we look at this year's Madden 20 ratings for defensive tackle, Wilkins when they start off. Kind of low block shed, not really usable to start at the 74 overall, right? Defensive tackles with that kind of bad block shed, not the greatest. We can look at other defensive tackles. I'll just look at it like that. Defensive tackle, Filter, Ed Oliver, Dexter, Wilkes. Quinnen Williams was the Rookie of the Year last year. He ended up with 70 block shed on his stock card. So I would imagine he might get slightly higher block shed. More like that, be like a thicker boy, but have slower speed than Quinnen. So that's kind of what it starts out as, and that's unusable, really. He might get upgraded, but the thing is, like Derek Brown, nobody's really beaten down the door and like a huge fan of Derek Brown. Obviously, you know, Panthers fans will be, but it's not like nose tackles or defensive tackles, unless they have some sort of like Aaron Donald-esque year, really do well. Like, I'm not predicting, like, it's hard to predict somebody's going to be like the greatest thing since sliced bread. And if one of these guys ends up breaking out and having that kind of year, then obviously it'll probably be a better one. But this is kind of where I'm going. Derek Brown, solid, but nah. That's number 9 for me. All right, number 8. 8. I'm going to go with another thick boy. I just don't think offensive linemen, defensive linemen for that matter, offensive linemen don't get upgraded enough, right? So let's look back at what the rookies are going to launch with in stats when it goes. So not only will they launch, we'll look at right tackles. Not only will they launch with kind of like whatever ratings, right? 68 run block, 72 pass block power, pass block finesse. Not only will they launch with meh ratings, they don't really get upgraded often. Like right tackles, like we just got like our finest right tackle, 99 overall with this promo. And we just don't see a whole lot of those right tackle upgrades. So my thought is that they don't start off well and don't get upgraded often. So he kind of benched to the bottom. All right. Number 7. Now, I didn't want to really put him here. I kind of want him higher, but you know what? CeeDee Lamb. I don't think CeeDee Lamb has anything that really kind of stands out as a wide receiver, right? Early in the game, if you're going to have an early wide receiver, you're going to need speed. You're not going to really hit any route running thresholds. Like late in the game, once you're in the 90s, great. Maybe later if you get upgrades. He is on a very popular team, but for some reason, EA MUT team seems to really dislike the Cowboys. I noticed a lot of people begging for Dak and Zeke upgrades through the year, and it does seem like, I'm like, wow, those are kind of like premier players in the NFL, and they don't upgrade them that much. So CeeDee Lamb maybe has a great year, a great receiving core. The 3 of them there together with Gallup, Cooper, pretty fucking phenomenal. So I don't know if he'll get a lot of targets because rookie receivers don't really do well traditionally. It's usually the second year they start to break out. Obviously, there's exceptions like Moss. But CeeDee Lamb, I know a lot of people were pissed that like Judy didn't get it, but he looks like a solid card. 95 speed isn't anything like a burner though. So if we're going to kind of comp him to a rookie from this year, who would we go with, right? He would be kind of like a 6'2". He's 6'3". I guess it's fair to say in here he'd have like high 70s, low 80s speed. Yeah, I mean, DK got great speed to start off, but he was a combine freak. Marquise Brown, same way. CD ran like a 4.5. So their speed won't be Marquise Brown or DK Metcalf good at the start. So we kind of look for more of like a balanced wide receiver, and that just doesn't really play, especially as like a low to mid 70s card early in the game. So sadly, he won't become a budget baller, and he's kind of like overshadowing the offense as a rookie receiver. So, you know, but maybe he has a great year and breaks out. Good for him. All right, number 6. I'm going to go Cole Kmet here. Now, I think Cole has got actually a pretty decent skill set for a tight end. Obviously, you'd want his run block to be higher to make him glitchier. Wait, he's all the way at the bottom, ain't he? And there he is, 92 speed, which is you know, kind of respectable. 92 speed this late in the year with 75 run block, but a good catching tight end. So I'm more of a passer, but we'll see how much, you know, catching traffic, spec catch, that shit didn't really fucking matter this year. Sadly, we'll see if that matters more next year. I mean, catching traffic, I really wish it meant something. I really wish guys didn't drop balls without ratings, without abilities. So tight end, who can we go with? Like Hawkinson type? I can see him kind of launching like a Hawkinson type, 6'5". Right now, Cole Kmet's 6'6". But a nice big tall target, not exactly a burner. Run block on this card was 59 to launch on Hawkinson, so see something similar there. Good, but maybe he gets some upgrades through the year. Tight end, they're not exactly known as a position that gets upgraded a ton, quite like quarterback, running back, but it doesn't get ignored like offensive line, but it's, I don't know. If the Bears go 13-3 next year, I think he'll get some really good cards. If they go 7-9, 8-8, well, if they play the full schedule too, we'll see. Hopefully maybe he'll get some Team of the Weeks or something. But I don't know. They got a couple tight ends there now. Maybe. The corpse of Jimmy Graham, right? Cole should be able to get some nice targets. So I might rate him too high. And I'll face up. Maybe I'd want Cole to go a little bit lower. Maybe I'd move him down a couple spots. But that's where I got him for now. All right, number 5 is kind of weird. Like, I want to see... This is the biggest what if, right? If they fuck us over again and they go like they did Kyler and only give him one ability, he's basically useless the whole year. If they end up evolving him, I think I'm going to move him up a few spots. If they end up saying, hey, as they go knocking overalls, we will give them more abilities. We will actually fully unlock them like we do other cards when we move them up in overalls. But Rookie of the Year got the short end of the stick, both through physical chems and abilities. But I pray they heard us on that. So I'm going to go Joe Burrow here at 5. It's kind of like a wait and see. Because him without abilities, quarterbacks without abilities, or they can only get one ability, trash. Okay? So, I should show his stats off. So here was Joe Burrow, the see-through man, the Casper. He's seeing ghosts. Wait, we got a Darnold here? 87 speed. And archetypes matter a ton too. Will he keep, or will next year he have an archetype that gets escape artist? I really hope they go away with archetypes next year. This year archetypes were dumb. They did them poorly. I hated it. I hate you. But we'll see what they do in the next year to kind of balance out the cards better. Which they can. I mean, archetypes are a solid thing to balance out cards, but there were some cards, unfortunately, that were super powerful, and some I got shafted on it. So Joe Burrow, I like him, but abilities. We get a ton of quarterbacks, but I do expect him to be upgraded as he is like the premier name from the draft, going number 1 overall as a quarterback too. But like I said, a lot of competition for spots like the quarterback. So there's going to be a lot better quarterbacks than him out there, even when he gets upgraded. Probably. We'll see. They could do something crazy. Xavier McKinney, kind of like I would say an overlooked part of it. I don't know if not a lot of people talk about this, but what I like about Xavier McKinney is that he's got a nice little balance between speed and hit power. So a safety that's got some pop. And we always love pop in the den, right? We go pop, pop, because we're fans of magnitude. We also like to pop the ball out of receivers' hands when they catch it, laying those big hit sticks, unrealistic tackles, but we'll take them anyways. So Xavier McKinney, not bad. Not overly tall, of course, but not like a short, Tyrann Mathieu type. But yeah, I like the hit power, speed. He'll be a balanced man zone probably next year. So I kind of like that, right? If we were to compare that, if I went to, say, strong safeties to launch, the launch rookies, Abram's not a bad comp. Abram might be a little bit faster, so I can see losing a couple speed, but gaining hit power next year for McKinney. But yeah, he's definitely going to be, like, strong safeties with pop are pretty nice. Yeah, he'll probably be in, like, the 70s, right? Maybe he'll launch as that. But that's kind of what I'm looking like. All right, next up on the list would be number 3. Now, this is another one that kind of depends, and I think it'll be great, or I think it'll be very good with physical chems, because skill positions need physical chems. The same thing can be said about Xavier McKinney. They didn't get him this year in Rookie of the Year, and they screwed him over there too. No physical chems, no abilities. Fuck. That's why I said this morning, talk about that. Watch that video about my opinions on Rookie of the Year and how they're overrated. And you should really look at maybe just selling your coins at some third-party website and then buying, cards next year with that same money, because you'll probably get a better return than Rookie Premier. But Rookie Premier, it's fun. It's whatever. It's safest, legal. So it's strange. They gave him 97 speed. Okuda didn't run the best, but man, he looks good out there. Really good. He's I would say, what's the word I'm looking for? Polished as a corner. And he looks amazing out there with his back pedal, his fluid hips. Doesn't really show up in the raw speed stat, but they did give him pretty good speed here at 97. So I'm optimistic they'll do him okay. But his 40 wasn't exactly amazing. So next year he'll probably drop as somebody without like the fastest feet. So you really want fast feet rookies, low overalls, like speed guys to really get you through. But if he comes out with like 79 speed, 80 speed, I really hope he comes out with like 84, right? Then it'll be definitely usable when the game launches. But if he comes out with, 80, then he's like, I don't know. But so I think he's got a wide range of possibilities. If he can get upgraded, if he gets upgrades. I think he'll probably get upgrades through the year. It'll be like a new Slay type. But I don't know. I'm excited. I think he'll be good. I don't know if they'll balance man coverage next year because he looks like a man coverage corner based on what they have their ratings on. And generally, man coverage is bad. So he might not get to be like 90 zone coverage or whatever the threshold we'll get next year. If we get him next year. I have no idea what they're going to do with the game. If he'll be any good. All right, number 2. We'll see what Okuda has. Number 2, people are going to be kind of... I feel like it's going to be a little controversy here. I'm going to Chase Young 92. Now, I think Chase Young will get some upgrades. I think he's a physical freak. I think they'll notice that. He'll play a lot like... He'll be a lot like Myles Garrett that way. Just awesome stats in this card. Will always get good upgrades because of how well his like important stats work over the other ones versus like players also at his position. 89, like he's fast, good finesse, good block shed, right? You really love that fast and block shed together against the run and a chase down quarterbacks, and then a high finesse or power move to get like a dominant edge threat move. So a nice 4-3 end. I really like it. I think he's going to get upgrades. I wouldn't be against putting him at number 1 either. If we could take a look at cards from like the right end that we can compare him to from this previous year. Nick Bosa's a great comp, right? And they fucked him. Oh, this card was horrible. An ass all year long. They really fuck 4-3 defensive ends up. And it's disappointing. Like left outside linebackers, right outside linebackers that are pass rushers are way better statted than natural 4-3 defensive ends. But Myles Garrett's always been the exception that I've noticed because he's fast, got good block shed, and a good finesse. At least it will be finesse once we get Chase Young out there. I think Garrett is power. But so that's what I'm saying. That's what I think. Like, I think he could be an exception, and they could upgrade him because he's also a huge fucking name. Like, we get a generational pass rusher every 2 years, but I think he is this 2 years generational pass rusher. So it's kind of exciting. I think that's why he is hype, and he will get upgrades for that hype. Number 1, I'm gonna go with the guy that I think on day 1 will be the most usable. Looking at upgrades through the year, well, actually, he's actually 1B. 1A, as you all know, is Taiwan. But Patrick Queen, let's go to his stats. And I talked about this morning. This is really cool. If you see him compared to other players, like CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb, 95 speed. Patrick Queen, 95 speed. So a fast user middle linebacker, that always plays. Speed at the linebacker, DB, wide receiver, running back position, that's Madden. Okay? So comparing that to other middle linebacker rookies, we can see this being another Devin White, Devon Bush. And these things played. And they got upgrades, and their upgrades played. These are one of the rare ones that stayed on people's teams and played for a while. Devon Bush, I saw him from his, when he got his December card, I saw him for like another month. I saw his base card go for like a couple months, people's team, because 82 speed amount of linebacker was really good start of the year. So that's why I think Patrick Queen. I think just right away, he looks like the most usable. Plus, when he gets an upgrade, that's again usable. Whereas Chase Young, if he gets the Nick Bosa treatment, you're fucked. If he gets the Myles Garrett treatment, love it. Okay, so that's why I'm going to go with my list. Let me know what you guys' disagreements are. The only one I could say I'm probably going to be a little too high on is Cole. I might move him down. Maybe below CD probably. Maybe even below Tristan. You can argue, but I'm just going to leave him where he's at for now. Burrow is very varied, whether he gets abilities. And then, like, say, Okuda, whether they get physical chems. But a lot of these guys benefit similarly outside of the thick boys if they all get physical chems. So they don't really move up or down too much if they get physical chems because all of them will get them. Maybe you could see Chase Young not as effective at physical chems. Burrow, same thing, but the rest of them pretty similar. So there you are. That's my list and my reason for ranking them where they are. Who are you going to get with your top 1? How many are you going to do? You're just going to say, fuck it all. I'll get my free one from the MUT Rewards. Just get whoever I want, maybe for my theme team next year. Steelers obviously didn't get any since they don't even have a first-round pick this year. There you go. There she blows! Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching Call to Action. See you tomorrow.